In the chaos of modern life, silence might be your most powerful tool. Picture this. You're in a heated argument, emotions running high, words threatening to spill out like molten lava. Your heart races, palms sweat, and the urge to respond burns in your throat. Yet, in that crucible of conflict, the ancient Stoic philosophers knew a profound truth. Sometimes your silence speaks volumes. Throughout history, great minds like Marcus Aurelius understood that mastering the art of silence wasn't just about keeping quiet. It was about wielding your words with purpose and precision. Many of us feel compelled to fill every moment of silence, desperately trying to prove our point or defend our position. But true power often lies in the spaces between words. The philosophy of Stoicism teaches us that reacting to every situation diminishes our control over our own lives. By learning when to stay silent, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're embodying the essence of Stoic wisdom. What you're about to discover will transform how you navigate challenging situations. These will revolutionize your approach to communication, helping you embody the Stoic virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Now, a quick moment before we dive in. I know you're eager to get to the content, and I'll keep this brief. This video is packed with actionable wisdom, so I strongly encourage you to watch until the end. If you find value in these Stoic principles, hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like truly helps spread this ancient wisdom to others. Your support enables us to continue sharing these life-changing philosophies. Now, let's unlock the power of silence. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, silence is not merely the absence of speech, it's a powerful tool for personal growth and wisdom. The ancient Stoics understood that our words, once spoken, have the power to shape our reality and influence those around us. They advocated for thoughtful, measured speech, emphasizing the importance of choosing our words carefully. But the true strength of silence lies in its ability to create space for reflection, for understanding, and for mastering our own impulses. When we choose to remain silent, we're not just holding back words, we're exercising control over our minds and emotions. This self-discipline is at the core of Stoic practice. By embracing silence in key moments, we open ourselves up to deeper insights, better decision-making, and more meaningful connections with others. It's a paradox that by saying less, we often communicate more effectively. As we explore the 7 situations where silence is golden, remember, your restraint is not weakness, but a demonstration of true inner strength. Situation 1. When emotions run high. We've all been there. Heart racing, blood boiling, words threatening to explode from our mouths like verbal shrapnel. In these moments of intense emotion, especially anger, our first instinct is often to lash out. But here's the hard truth. Words spoken in anger are like arrows shot from a bow. Once released, they can't be taken back, and the damage they cause can be irreparable. The danger of speaking when emotions run high is twofold. First, we're likely to say things we don't truly mean, things that come from a place of hurt rather than reason. These words can wound relationships, sometimes beyond repair. Second, emotional outbursts often escalate conflicts rather than resolve them, turning minor disagreements into full-blown wars of words. So, how do we tame this emotional storm? The key lies in mastering the art of the pause. When you feel that surge of emotion, take a deep breath. Imagine you're stepping back from your own thoughts, observing them like clouds passing in the sky. This mental distance can be your lifeline in heated moments. Try this technique. Count to 10 slowly in your mind before responding. It sounds simple, even childish, but it's surprisingly effective. This brief pause allows your rational mind to catch up with your emotional response. Often, you'll find that what seemed urgent to say moments ago now feels less critical. Another powerful tool is the body scan. Start from your toes and work your way up, mentally checking in with each part of your body. Notice areas of tension and consciously relax them. This not only calms your physical state, but also redirects your focus away from the triggering situation. Remember, choosing silence in these moments isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about creating a space to process them more effectively. Use this time to ask yourself, will my words improve the situation? Are they true, necessary, and kind? If the answer to any of these is no, that's your cue to remain silent. The benefits of waiting to respond are profound. You'll avoid saying things you'll later regret, preserving relationships and your own integrity. You'll gain a reputation for being level-headed and trustworthy, even in high-stress situations. Most importantly, you'll be training your mind to respond rather than react, a key distinction in Stoic practice. By mastering this skill, you're not just avoiding conflict, you're actively shaping your character. Each time you choose silence over an emotional outburst, you're strengthening your self-control and emotional intelligence. It's not easy, and you won't always get it right. But with practice, you'll find yourself becoming more resilient, more respected, and more at peace with yourself and others. So the next time you feel that emotional storm brewing, remember, your silence in that moment is not weakness. It's a superpower, a shield that protects you and others from the potential harm of hasty words. Embrace it, practice it, and watch as it transforms your interactions and inner world. Situation 2. In the face of ignorance. We've all encountered it. Someone confidently spouting misinformation or showcasing their lack of knowledge on a subject. Your inner voice screams to correct them, to set the record straight. But hold that thought. In the face of ignorance, silence can be your most powerful response. When others speak from a place of limited understanding, our first instinct is often to jump in with corrections. We think we're helping, educating, or preventing the spread of misinformation. However, this approach can backfire spectacularly. People rarely respond well to being publicly corrected. It can lead to defensiveness, embarrassment, and even hostility. Hardly the fertile ground for learning or changing minds. So, what's the alternative? The art of letting go. This doesn't mean you're condoning ignorance or allowing falsehoods to spread unchecked. Instead, you're choosing your battles wisely and recognizing that not every misconception needs to be addressed immediately or by you. Consider this. By remaining silent, you're creating space for the other person to potentially recognize their own error. Sometimes, given a moment to reflect or hear themselves speak, people will self-correct, or at least begin to question their own assertions. Your silence can act as a catalyst for this self-reflection. Moreover, silence in these situations can be more impactful than any words you might say. It communicates volumes without a single syllable. Your calm, unruffled demeanor in the face of misinformation can speak louder than any fact-checking retort. It shows confidence in your own knowledge and a level of emotional maturity that others will notice and respect. This doesn't mean you should never correct misinformation. There are times when speaking up is crucial, especially if the ignorance could lead to harm. The key is to choose these moments carefully and approach them with tact. When you do decide to offer correction, do so privately if possible, and frame it as sharing information rather than pointing out someone's mistake. Practicing silence in the face of ignorance also offers personal benefits. It's an exercise in humility and empathy. Remember, there are likely areas where you too hold misconceptions. By showing grace to others, you're cultivating an environment where it's safe to be wrong sometimes, a crucial element for learning and growth. Additionally, this practice helps you develop discernment. You'll become better at distinguishing between situations that truly require intervention and those where silence is the wiser path. This skill is invaluable in navigating social and professional environments. So, the next time you encounter ignorance, take a breath before jumping to correct. Ask yourself, is this the right time and place? Will my correction be well received or cause more harm than good? Is this ignorance truly harmful or just annoying to me personally? Often, you'll find that the wisest response is simply to listen, nod, and let it go. By mastering the art of not correcting, you're not just avoiding potential conflict, you're cultivating wisdom, patience, and emotional intelligence. You're becoming the kind of person who knows when to speak and when silence speaks volumes. And in doing so, you might just find that people are more open to hearing your perspective when you do choose to share it. Situation 3. During conflicts. Conflict is an inevitable part of human interaction, but how we handle it can make all the difference. When tempers flare and voices rise, there's a powerful tool at your disposal that's often overlooked: silence. In the heat of an argument, choosing not to speak can be your secret weapon for diffusing tensions and paving the way for real understanding. The escalation trap in arguments is all too familiar. One person says something provocative, the other responds defensively, and before you know it, you're both caught in a spiral of increasingly heated exchanges. Each word becomes fuel for the fire, and the original issue gets lost in a cloud of emotion and ego. This is where the power of silence comes into play. By consciously choosing not to respond immediately, you're breaking the cycle of escalation. It's like removing oxygen from a fire. Without fuel, the flames of conflict begin to die down. This pause creates space for both parties to step back, take a breath, and reassess the situation. It's in this space that cooler heads can prevail. But silence alone isn't enough. The key is to pair it with active listening. When you're not focused on formulating your next retort, you can truly hear what the other person is saying. Pay attention not just to their words, but to their tone, body language, and the emotions behind their statements. Often, the root of a conflict lies not in the surface-level disagreement, but in deeper, unspoken feelings or needs. As you listen, resist the urge to mentally argue or prepare your defense. Instead, try to understand their perspective. What are they really trying to communicate? What needs or fears might be driving their position? This empathetic approach can transform your understanding of the conflict and open up new avenues for resolution. When you do speak, do so with intention. Use phrases that show you've been listening and that validate the other person's feelings, even if you disagree with their position. "I hear that you're frustrated," or "I can see why this is important to you," can go a long way in de-escalating tension and building rapport. Remember, the goal in conflict resolution isn't to win an argument, but to find a solution that addresses the needs of all parties involved. Your silence can create the space for collaborative problem-solving rather than competitive debate. It shifts the dynamic from adversarial to cooperative. This approach requires practice and patience. In the heat of the moment, it can feel counterintuitive to remain silent when every instinct is screaming at you to defend yourself or attack. But with time, you'll find that this method not only resolves conflicts more effectively, but also strengthens your relationships and builds your reputation as a level-headed, thoughtful individual. Moreover, by mastering the art of silence in conflicts, you're embodying a core Stoic principle: control over your own reactions. You're choosing reason over impulse, wisdom over pride. This self-mastery is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and is a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of a heated argument, remember the power of the pause. Your silence, coupled with active listening, can be the key to diffusing the situation and finding a path forward. It's not about backing down or giving in. It's about rising above the immediate emotional response to find a more constructive way forward. Situation 4. When receiving criticism. Criticism. The very word can make our defenses rise and our ego bristle. When faced with criticism, our instinct is often to immediately defend ourselves, to explain away the critique or counterattack. But what if I told you that silence could be your most powerful ally in these moments? That by resisting the urge to respond immediately, you could transform criticism from a threat into a powerful tool for personal growth. I hope these insights on silence have sparked a change in you. If you found value here, hit that like button and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. But don't stop now. Your journey's just beginning. Click the video on your screen to dive deeper into Stoic practices that'll transform your life. Remember, true power often lies in what's left unsaid.